Hey everybody, I'm Becky with BB Kearns All In, and I was just going to give you a little tour of my garden so far. This is my my little heart this year. I'm trying to get it done and I'm working on it, and I was just going to show you what it looks like now, and hopefully in a little while I'll be able to show you how it's all grown up and all the stuff that I'm harvesting in, and I'm trying to can and put up in the freezer and different things like that. So I planted the right side of the garden first over here, and we have several different things. These first rows are red potatoes, we got red potatoes, Yukon potatoes, then we have some cauliflower. No, excuse me, that's not cauliflower. That's gonna be, we've got some lettuce, some loose leaf lettuce, some mixed onions, some mixed lettuce. We have some broccoli, some more mixed onions, and then I just planted my sweet potato plants. They're on the very end there. And then we have I only had 4 squash plants come up, no zucchini plants, so I put me some sweet potatoes on this end too. Then we have some tomatoes and more sweet potatoes on the other end. And then I have me some peas. And then that sunflowers on the very back. Nothing but sunflowers. I'm hoping they grow up big and beautiful. I've read that our chickens can eat them, and I could harvest them and save them for this winter, and keep them in paper bags, and our chickens and stuff would be able to eat them over the winter. So we're going to try that. Then this left side of the garden we planted a little later, so it's just now starting to come up, and I've actually had to replant several things because it didn't come up at all for some reason. So on this row we have pickling cucumbers, and you see I've put the trellises up with the T-post and wire. And then the next row we have Burpless cucumbers, which I had to totally replant today because none of them came up on this aisle. And I have some dill planted in the middle, and on the other side we have a few cucumbers. Then I've got a couple of rows of green beans, which are just, you see, they're just coming up. Some of them are bigger than others. And the whole row, of course, didn't come up. Very spacious in between, but we're just going to see what we get. May replant again later in the year. Then I've put pallets here, and see my cucumbers here are the Burpless cucumbers. They're actually, 4 or 5 that did pop up. And then on this row, I believe we have peas. Or I think they're peas. Let me check. You see, I had to put, no, these are lima beans. I had to put little spoons. See, I got my little spoons where I've marked everything, because I can't remember one thing from the next myself, so I have to mark everything. So we've got peas, then we got some okra, and all this over here, the second row, is cherry tomatoes. Only a few of those popped up. And then on the first row, I didn't think any of them was going to pop up, but if you look all the way across, we have a total of 26 tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, that popped up. So, good Lord willing, if they all do like I want them to do, and they grow and produce, I will definitely be putting tomatoes up before too long. Then we have 3 sugar baby watermelons that's popped up, and I'm hoping to get some watermelons because I love those. And I also hear our ducks and chickens love to eat the rinds. And so basically that's the garden. I wanted you to see it with where you can see all the pallets and nothing's growing up and it's kind of empty. And then I'm hoping to show you before too awful long where everything is just producing and it's growing beautiful. I'm going to do the Florida weave technique on my tomatoes. That's why I have the T-post up on them. and I'm hoping all that's going to work out well. And I just wanted you to see it from the beginning, and then hopefully, well, you know, you can watch it grow with me. Just going to give you an update on the garden. We have had a lot of rain this week, and when I show you, you can see puddles in the aisles and stuff like that. But it has truly helped my garden. I just hope it, we still getting rain. Thunder, it keeps thundering, so might get some more rain. I just hope we don't get too much rain. But I'm just gonna show you, we've had quite a few things sprout back up. My Burpless cucumber plants that I had to replant because they didn't come up at all. All of them have popped up during all this rain, and so that is great. I don't see any of my pickling cucumbers on the back row. I don't see any of them coming up, which the ones I replanted was an old pack, so that was probably a no-no. But you see my green beans is shooting up. They got flowers on them. My cucumber plants right here that I showed you I took a picture of not too long ago when I first put the pallets up. They have really shot up the pallets during this time with all this rain, and got a bunch of flowers on them and stuff. I hadn't seen no cucumbers yet, but they're coming. And look at the tomato plants, how they have just shot up. I need to put some more twine on them. I was doing that Florida weave, trying that this year, and look at them. They have really, really shot up. I'm so happy with all of it. I hope it continues to grow. And on the other side, you see how the water is just laying in between my rows. Yes, I know, I've told you about my weed problem. And I'm trying to keep the weeds off of the rows themselves. And then I did go get a load of hay from Spence Farm. One of my old bosses, he has some horse hay that he wasn't using. I went and got a load of that, and I've put it on this side, and you see it's helping over there. It looks a little bit better, helping with the weeds. But where it's not at, you see, you can just see the water laying in the aisles. My sprinkler's about covered up there. And this rain has really hurt my sunflowers. I need to do something and support them. The wind and the rain has knocked them down. The potatoes are still looking good, and the corn is coming up pretty good on that side. I don't know if we'll get any or not. My husband thinks we should have planted a larger area of corn because of the pollination issue, and it looks like he's probably right. So if we want corn, we're probably gonna have to replant when we move some more of this stuff. But see, the broccoli is sprouting up, it's looking good. And then this down here is my squash plants, and they have really took off during this thing too. And I was looking out here yesterday, and I'm pretty sure I got a baby squash down here. If I can find it, let's see. See? Yep, see, got one right there. So these are growing good. And anyway, I was just going to give you an update on the garden. You can probably hear all the animals in the background. Every time they see me come out, they think it's dinner time. And their pens are kind of wet, real bad. Everybody's getting along with Petey over there. He's doing pretty good. He's fitting in with the girls. I've got them all eating out of my hand. These little cookie treats I buy them. Say, hey, Goldie. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Yeah. Hey, Gabby. What you doing, baby? They think I got some cookies that I've been feeding them, but I didn't bring any out. And as you can see, they're out now because it's not raining, because goats definitely do not like the rain. And any of you have some older chickens. These chickens were given to us, Maverick and our 3 hens were given to us because the guy was having problems with them roosting on his porch and weren't laying eggs. And ever since we've had them, they've been doing pretty good, but they've been in a pen by themselves. And I've been trying to introduce some new birds to them that's old enough to go in the cage with them. But every time I do, and I know they have the pecking order, but it just seems like they're going to the extreme. The birds have not got hurt, but they found a way out of the cage this morning when I put them in there. So I'm just wondering if any of you guys have any ideas or helpful tips to help me get these birds to let someone else, more birds, live with them without hurting them. Because as you can see, we have got a lot of birds that are going to need homes. Like all those under the trampoline, they need to go to a different place. We've got more in the tractor. We've got turkeys in the brooder box. We've got more ducks in the brooder box. So these animals are going to have to coexist. And any help you can give on this, leave in the comments, and I will greatly appreciate all help. This was just a quick update, just to give you a little heads up on what's been going on and how the garden's going and the animals and stuff. And we appreciate you watching, subscribing to our channel, and all the help you can give us there. Any comments or suggestions on things that we could do to make things better or easier for us, we appreciate it. Again, thank you. Subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you next time.